Hello everyone, welcome back to our Coordinator 4 tutorials. In this session, we are going to discuss about filters. Filters is a small concept available in our view parser class. What is a filter and what is the purpose of it? How we are going to apply the filters on our pseudo variables? Let us see. So first of all, by using this filter, we can substitute the variables to modify the way of presenting data. Right? So what is the meaning of it? How we can modify the way of presenting data? For example, I am getting some date of birth in the form of YMD format, which is coming from your controller, or it may be coming from your database also. Then what we have to do while displaying it, I want to display the date into DMY format. I want to add some extra 15 days to the current date. How we can add these things? For example, you are getting name in lowercase letters. I want to convert this to uppercase letters, right? I want to make each and every word first character as to capitalize, right? How we can make them capitalize? For example, you are getting price from your controller or model. The price is just a number, 500. I want to display $500 or 500 euros or 500 INR. So we want to display like this. So for all these, our parser class is providing some predefined filters, and let us see how we can apply filters on our pseudo variables. So not only predefined, so if you want, we can create our own filters also, and that is nothing but custom filters creation. In the next session, we are going to discuss about how we can create custom filters, how we can load them into our controller, and how we can apply them on the pseudo variables. Anyhow, so now if you want to apply one or more filters, whatever it may be, on a pseudo variable, we can apply one filter or two or more filters also at a time. Yeah, that is also possible, and let us see how we are going to apply filters on the variables. Okay guys, so this is the previous class we used to work with the pseudo view parser class, right? Okay, let me create one more method here. We have already index method, so to work with this criteria. So now I want to create one more method, guys. This method is going to be here. Let us write a method, public function view filters. I'm writing a method called view filters. You can take any method here, just I'm applying filters, that's why I'm taking this. Okay, let us take the same array here. So I'm copying the same array. This is the array we have done. Yes guys, so now we need to pass this data to a view file. Did you create any view for this? Yeah, I already created a view here. Can you see? This is the filter view I created, and here we are having a little bit of a HTML template, and let us load into it. How we have to load it, guys? By using render method. Where is render method? Render method was in view parser class. So if you want to work with a render method, first of all, this instance should be created. One thing I have, so whatever the instance I created in index method, can I access this index in this view filters method? Is it possible? No. Remember, this is a local variable to index method, so we cannot access this into view filters method. How can we access that parser object in our view filters also? Right? So right now I'm not doing anything, so just I'm going to create instance again inside this. But for example, if you have 10 to 15 methods, will you do the same job every time? So in 10 to 15 methods, will you create the instance of parser object? It's not correct. So at the end of the session, I will tell you how can we load this instance in one place, how can we reuse it in all the places where we want. That is nothing but by using constructor we can achieve this task. Wait for a minute, so I will discuss at the end of it, guys. Now I need to render this data, right? To render this data, we have a file. Actually the file name is FLTER, filter view. Let us write this, FLTERVIEW, filter view. This is my file name. Now open the browser and just go to browser and run it. Your controller name is test, right? So test controller, what is the method you have here? Filter view, FILTER, filter view, I think so. This is the method, or filters view, I believe. Yeah, sorry, view filters is the method. Okay, go to this and just call this view filters. Yes, I called. Can you see this is page heading and some page title we are getting. So what you will do here, whatever the pseudo variables, nothing but whatever the associative or keys are there, we are passing them to set data. So what it will do, set data method will assign the data to pseudo variables, nothing but it is a substitution, right? Just you can go and keep the data. Yeah, then page title and page heading. So now we are rendering the data into the view file. So how we can format this data? If you want to format this data, for example, just to see this data here, if you can see my blog heading, you want to display my blog heading everything into capital letters, then we have a filter called upper. Then if you can refresh it, can you see it is going to display it into uppercase letter. You want to display every word is going to be in lowercase letters. Now I am coming here, I am going to apply one more filter called lower filter. Now if you can refresh it, it is going to be converted into your title. Can you see your title is converted now into lowercase letters? Like this we can apply some filters. For example, let me go here, let me pass some date. Let us assume we are getting something date. So let us take this date or whatever the date it may be, or created date, or any date of birth, or whatever it may be. I am giving you something as 25/05/2020, just something I given here. What is the format you given? YMD format or DMY format? We given something called DMY format, but when I am displaying, I want to display this into YMD format. Can you see now? Just go to your view file and just render this. Let us go with a paragraph tag. I am taking something called DOB. Yeah, take the pseudo variable. So what is the variable we have there? Date. I mean the variable associated with a key, and just refresh it. So let us go back and you may get the data, right? So now can you see you are getting the DOB. This is actually we are sending from the controller. So I want to display, while displaying this date, I want to go with the YMD format. For this guys, we have a filter called date filter. In this we can pass the parameter. So what is the parameter we want? I am going with the YMD. So you can take capital Y, right? We already know date functions in core PHP. So how we can apply the parameters to the date function, the same way we can apply here also, and just refresh it. Can you see the format is changed now? If you don't want to like this, we can go like this also guys. I am going something like this. L means the full week name, and this is going to be date, D and capital S. I mean 25th, 22nd, something like it will come. So DS, and this is going to be capital F, and this is going to be capital Y. So now can you see the format will be like this? Can you see? Monday 25th May 2020. So what is actual data we are getting from controller? This is the data we are getting from the controller. How we are modifying the data by using filters. This is advantage of the filters guys here. Now sometimes you can see one more thing. I'm going with the date guys. We have one more thing called date underscore modify. Can you see what this date modify will do? MODIFY. Date modify is also one filter. Just we are passing some 5 days guys here. I'm passing just 5 days. Just refresh it. Can you see you are getting current time in, not current time. So 25th, right? Date is containing 25th May 2020. For this it is adding 5 more days. I mean it will be 25th guys. But we are getting the time in number of seconds, right? I mean the information in number of seconds. Then if you want, you can apply the same in date format. Then you can apply one more filter. Can you see how this is going to be converted? Now I am applying date filter. Now just refresh it. Can you see it was converted into Saturday 30th May 2020. So combination, not only one filter on a pseudo variable, we can apply one or more filters also. This is also possible guys here, right? So like this we can apply. For example, let us go here. Let us apply one more thing called price here. I'm going to take some price here. Let us take this as a 500 and just come here and make it the label as price. The key is going to be price. Then how can we access this price here? So let us come there and let us access this price, PRICE price. And this is going to, label is going to be price, PRICE price. Now can you please check it? Your output is 500. What is this $500 or euros or INRs? I want to check it. So for this guys, we have something called local currency or something filter. So let us show you guys here. These are all the predefined filters we have. So from our manual, Codeigniter.com manual, I am showing you these are some filters which are predefined. If you want, you can create our own filters also. There we are going to see. This is the local currency filter. So this we have to pass 2 parameters. One is currency symbol, one is local. Local is optional. Just you can pass local currency and go there and just apply the 5 symbol. Local currency is going to be INR. Now I am taking this INR. If you can take INR, just you can observe this. Your output will be RS something like this. Is the symbol. Rupee symbol is added here. If you want to go with euro, what is the code here? We have something called UUR, I believe, right? Let us refresh it and you will get the something called euro. If you want to get all the characters, can you see guys here, 3-letter ISO 4217 currency codes. If you want to go, just Google for it and we will find all the different countries code, 3-letter codes, and we can pass into it guys. Just you can go to somewhere, Wikipedia or somewhere, and you can pass this so that you will understand exactly how this is all going to work. So we have to find them. So these are some codes are there guys here. So please go and find them so that it is going to be easy for us, right? So this is how we can apply the filters on our input variable. Not only these, we have a lot of, for example, here we are displaying this filter, right? Let us go here. I have one more thing called limit underscore chars, I believe. This is limit chars. Let me go with the 10 or 5. I'm just going with 5. Let us check it carefully. The limited characters are coming, yeah, so it is going to limited to something guys. So exactly we given something, the characters are going to be limited. If you want, you can go with the limit words also. This is just a character we given, right? So if you want to come with the limit words, we have except method. So can you go there? We have the parameters here. So highlight code, if you want to highlight anything, so what is going to happen by using CSS and all? So this is highlight code. Just you can pass something called highlighter. So here I'm coming here. I'm just going to make this as a highlight code and let us check it. So the price is going to be highlight now maybe. So it was highlighted in some different manner guys. The font was changed. I don't know what is the tag they are applying beside this behind the scenes. If you want, you can check it. So what is the tag they applied for this price here? Check the inspect element. They used the span and they applied some color for this span and color, and moreover they put this into code. This is the element they were added to this highlight mark, right? So like this we can check this. We have some parameters are there. So almost all parameters are there. We need to check the parameters and how we have to apply the filters and all. So just if you can check it, we have round. What is this round? Sometimes we may have decimal points. So if you have decimals, how we can apply? For example, I am going to take price as some value or anything. You can take price 1. This is going to be 10.53, something like. So what is the decimal value here? 53 is there. So what is the upper? If you can take a round value, it will always rounds the value. 10.5 means it is going to be 11 automatically. Now you can just come down and you can just print it so that we will understand. This is going to be price 1. Filter is going to be round. Then if you can apply round to it, can you see it is going to be 11, I believe, right? Can you see? Sorry. Price 1 we have to provide. Price 1, what is the value I given? Let me check it carefully here. So PRICE, let me use something called price 1. So let us come here and let us apply the same price 1 and round, right? Let us check this, why this is not, earlier it won't work, it is giving 500 only. Why we are getting 500? So I think for round we have to pass some parameter. Please check the parameter here. We have something called round here. So it is having something, and round seal also. So let us apply the same here. If you can take seal means always this is going to be upper value. Now come to the code and just apply this seal, round of seal. It has a parameter CEIL, seal. Just you can check it now. I think you will get the output called something called 11, something like guys, right? So like this we can apply filters, right? And we are going to see in the next session how to create custom filters also. But at the end of it, I want to tell you how can we reuse this. For example, if you have 10 methods, will you create this 10 times? No, right? So do one thing, this we have to reuse it. Definitely we are going to do this into constructor. Remember carefully, whatever the logic we are going to write inside a constructor, that is going to be available each and every method of our controller class. I mean, for example, some logic is going to be common in each and every method. So we cannot hard code it in each and every method, or else we can keep that logic in one method, we can call it wherever we want. But here, what I want to do, let me write this, let me remove from here and let me remove from here. If we can remove the variable from this situation, so definitely if we can execute this now, this is going to be error, right? Yeah. So now what I need to do, let me keep one variable called public variable, public. So $PA or SCR, parser is a variable. So why we have to take a variable? Because we want to reuse it, right? Now I am going to write a function, public function underscore underscore construct. This is the function we have, constructor function. In this constructor function, I am creating this instance, guys. But anyhow, this is the constructor. Remember, by writing some logic inside a constructor, that won't available to each and every method automatically. So we have to assign this to some variable, because constructor is also a function. In constructor, what is this is parser is a variable, that is also local variable to constructor. You want to make them into global variable, just we have to take this into constructor. How can we access the variable inside a function? By using this keyword, this of parser. Now this of parser is going to be available in each and every method of your controller. Now wherever you have parser object you are using, just you can go and you can use this of parser. This is called reusability. Sometimes we may need to use some libraries one or more times, so then we can go like this, guys. Now we don't need to reuse it, and you can just refresh the page, you will get the output. You can just go to index method of it also, we can see the output, guys, without having any problem. Sorry, just go to test of index, right? ci4 ci4/test, that's it. Execute it and you're getting the output without having any problem. This is how we can reuse our parser object in each and every method of your class. Sometimes an object may be reused in each and every method, then we can do like this, guys. Constructor is going to play a key role in our application, especially if you know already Codeignitor 3 why we are using constructor in each and every of your controller class. That is the advantage. If you want to load any library, if you want to load any model into your class, definitely we were doing that into a constructor. Right? If you can load something in a constructor, when the constructor function is going to be called at the time of object creation, constructor will call automatically. So by the time your objects are available. So we know that as per object oriented programming language, if you want to access any class method, first of all object should be ready. If you want to do object, first of all we need to create object. At the time of object creation, constructor will call automatically. If it is called automatically, these variables are initialized and we can access them wherever you want in your controller class methods, right, guys? This is how we can use the filters, guys. In the next session, we are going to discuss about custom filters, how to create them, how to load them into our controller. We are going to see them. Thank you, guys. If you have any doubts, please comment under the video section, and don't forget, please subscribe our GoPHP channel. Thank you all.